actual English. Go.
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
Oh, do we actually get to go to the mountain range now? Oh, we actually get to fly as the birds.
So Khan's still managing to sow discord, even after all these years.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator. At this time and place,
The fuck? She could just fly? Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing we're getting at least
can't find its
two
way back
Numi.
to his body.
I just want to rescue someone, and Granny won't let me.
"500 years later, and it's resurfaced again. I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City.
As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to help. Be free.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, they transformed to the Magokenki? Okay.
Take me up.
Is it like one of those? Is it like the Abyss things we fought in the last patch where it transforms into a bunch of different bosses?
Time to say hello.
Knock him down.
This is definitely a change in the trailer stuff, because, you know, they show off both characters at the same
The
time.
moment truly arrives. We must fight harder than ever."
Oh, I like how it's. Oh, well, actually, let me pause. I guess it's good timing that the internet dropped a bit during the part. Wow, this is the thumbnail, bro. Where's Chaska? I see Aurora and I see Lolly, but bro, damn, Chaska already getting shafted. All right. And it looks like the boys are back again. Let's quickly skim over that.
Hey travelers, welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.2 special program. I'm Gabe from the Loke team.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a Kukusaur. Want to join us?
Hey, don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
Oh, little baby.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
She approves of your compliment.
Hey, I didn't know you could speak Saurian.
Oh, I can't, but I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Whoa, are all Kukusaurs
I'm
as
sure all
friendly as
Saurians
this one?
are
Adult Kukusaurs are usually very proud creatures,
friendly.
but there are always exceptions.
Well,
Sure, the
since
babies
our
are
Kukusaur
naturally,
friend
you
kicked
know,
things off
harmless
for us,
and
I know
very-
just the place
try
to
to be
start.
very comfy.
The Flower Feather Clan.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna guess there's at least a minimum of
Kukusaurs
2
live
regions
among
for
the
each of
Flower
the
Feather Clan,
for each
which
of
is
the
suspended
clans.
high above
But
the
I won't be surprised if
mountains.
there's an extra area.
This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their people can command the power of the skies. It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the entire region of Natlan. As elite special forces, their job was to detect threats, disseminate intel, and quickly
Oh, I'm gonna be so
neutralize
mad if
any
we could
dangers
see
to the nation.
the
Though
this
the
mountain thing
circumstances
from a
are
distance, but we
different
can't
now,
actually get
the
to it. That
tribe
would be
never
the
forgot
biggest
its origins.
kick in
They
the nut.
still hold trials to assemble the fastest teams in the tribe. The trials
What the
test
fuck?
the pilot's skill and teamwork with
I
the
guess that's their
Kukusaurs.
equivalent
Oh,
of
I'm
like the
so pumped
skydiving
about these
simulator
Kukusaurs.
machines.
Yeah,
that we
Kukusaurs
have.
are the proudest out of all the Saurians. They know that
I wonder if
they're
we're
the
gonna run
kings
into
of
the
sky.
Kukusaur we saved
Kukusaurs can
back in
consume
5.0.
phlogiston to climb higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair. Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an accelerated glide state after a horizontal roll.
Oh god, it literally
In
is just
addition,
flying.
they can even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Kukusaurs are really hard to tame.
This is the true Wanderer
that's
power
true.
creep.
You need to
'Cause it seems like
prove
it's a longer
yourself
duration.
in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery
Okay, and then
skill
since
during
Chaska's
flight.
from the
That's the
Flower
only
Feather
way to
clan, she's
become a
basically gonna
true
emulate what
Kukusaur
they do,
rider.
so
Wow, that's
you know,
so
definite
strict.
exploration
Yeah, tell me about it. But okay,
of here.
now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in Natlan has a unique way of communicating with their
Oh, God.
Saurian companions.
Oh
The
no, I'm
members of the
totally
Flower
gonna fail
Feather
this.
clan use
I'm
a
not
special
loring
item
hard
to
enough.
summon their cuckoosaurs. What is that item?
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
I'm sure they would
Here's a
probably like
hint.
that still.
We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I remember now. Horn.
Ding ding ding! Cuckoosaurs live far from the tribe and from each other.
Oh, that again. Come on. I like how they say a horn is a making device, so I'm guessing, does it even need to be a device? Oh, pick up the fan. Bro, like I'm turning the fan away from me, but my mic's still picking it up. The directional range of this thing is wide. But yeah, anyways, I'm guessing just like, I was just thinking even just like whistling with your finger should be enough, right? You know?
So in order to summon them, the tribespeople use whistles and horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of cuckoosaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chaska, the Flower Feather Clan's expert peacemaker, can help mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation is silencing both parties. Is that true?
Well,
I just beat
that's
them both down.
only in special cases. Most of the time, Chaska barely needs to intervene. Everyone knows what she's capable of, so people usually find a way to set aside their differences when she shows up.
Oh, so she doesn't just handle conflicts between humans and saurians. She keeps the peace between people, too.
Exactly. Chaska was corrupted by abyssal power as a child, so she has a strong compulsion to fight, but she knows how to rein it in.
Right. I heard that she was abandoned as a baby. It seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah, but luckily for her, the cuckoosaurs took her in and
Okay, I rewind a lot. I didn't even realize we
from her
died.
saurian childhood.
I feel like I
Chaska
need
is
to
in your
tell,
party,
need to like just
defeating monsters will
watch through
restore
OBS rather
phlogiston
than
to your party.
my actual
While she's
monitor,
in the
just
Night
to
Soul's
also see
blessing
when
state, Chaska can ride
when I
and control
disconnect.
her gun like a cuckoosaur. The Soul Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed and resistance to interruption, it also allows her to get a better angle on her enemies.
Wow, that mid-air perspective is so cool. It seems so liberating.
Yeah, and Chaska's fierce when she's in the zone. In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chaska's normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in this state will cause Chaska
Bro,
to
it's like a
enter
giant
special aiming
revolver.
mode.
I just
This
realized.
allows her to lock onto a set number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact. In addition, for every Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro character in your party,
Oh, did we just? Okay, this is giving Shilonen vibes again. Different elemental. We're back again. Undergo elemental
one of
conversion.
Chaska's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal the corresponding type
Oh,
of
the next time you
elemental
do
damage.
it,
Whoa, no
It
way!
does different
so
types of
Chaska
elements.
can directly deal other types of elemental damage based on the characters in her party. And since she's an animal character, she can swirl them at the same time. That's awesome!
Yeah, I know, right? Her elemental burst has a similar function too. Chaska fires a gale-splitting Soul Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then splits into 6 Soul Seeker shells, which continue to attack nearby enemies. These shells can also undergo
I don't know what that
elemental
ult
conversions.
ult
That's
reminds me of.
so cool! No wonder she's one of the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are
Okay,
formidable
so yeah,
for
of course
sure,
we're gonna get the Tribal
but we should
Chronicles
also
for
shed
both of
some
them.
light on those who aren't as skilled.
I wonder if we're gonna
are
get
you
one
talking
for
about the
Auroran. I
wingless?
mean, we might.
That's what the tribe calls people who fail
Auroran's
the
a
flight
4-star.
trials,
Maybe they
right?
might still do it.
They're
I'm
the
just wondering,
challengers who failed
like,
to
if
earn
we're
the
not gonna get
recognition
ones for
of the
characters that are
Kukusar.
repeats of like.
Exactly. But the name
regions we've
doesn't
already been to.
indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves. But that assumption is challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare to ask, what if you didn't need a Kukusor to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with. Now, whether that's the right path is for us to discover. Chaska will also be there to help us find the answer. So,
The answer?
be sure to check out Chaska's Tribal
Like, I feel like
Chronicle if you're
I'm like
interested in what
beating a dead
happens.
horse with the
Is there
memes.
anything else that you can tell us?
Remember how I mentioned that Chaska was raised by Kukusors?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Her Saurian mother will make an appearance in this quest. Even though she's joined human society, Chaska still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
Oh, so Cheska still has a soft side, even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely. The Flower Feather clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude, All Fires Fuel the Flame. The tribe is facing
Ooh.
a crisis, and they'll need the travelers' help to find a solution.
What kind
Man,
of
it's been
crisis?
so
Well,
while
the
since we
Flower
had an
Feather clan
interlude.
suffered the worst of the abyssal contamination during the battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high
There we go.
concentrations
A
of
for
abyssal
doing
power.
his
For most
abyss-
people,
abyss
it also
sucky
damages
suck.
the mind.
Again.
Many members
They're
of
really
the Flower
using-
Feather clan are
gonna bring it
suffering
back to
from the mental
relevance.
repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid. Iansan will be there too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the Collective of Plenty, she's traveling around Natlan to help those in need.
Okay, that's
The
good.
people of Natlan
We definitely
really
need more
value
Yansung,
unity, don't
considering
they?
last
No one fights alone.
the last
That's
few
one
Archon
of my
quests didn't really
favorite
have that
things
much
about
fur.
Natlan. Oh, wait. It looks like the captain will also be
Oh
there.
yeah, of course.
Yes,
Who wouldn't want the
captain
captain?
will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information
Oh
if you
boy,
pay
we
close
love
attention
more
to what
lore.
he has to say. The captain rarely gives away too much information in his regular interactions, but his secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So keep an eye out, but of course, restoring Natlan's fighting spirit remains the top priority. After all, the
Maintaining
war
the-
isn't over yet.
Yeah,
The
when they say
abyssal
top priority, I
contamination
can't
is
help but
still
think
around,
the maintaining
we
the
have a
agenda is
very
the top
important
priority
battle
thing with
Natlan needs mental
freaking
fortitude
Starro and
more
Jin.
than ever before.
The Flower Feather clan is pretty close to the Masters of the Nightwind, where the Ictomosaurs live. That tribe could be another good place to recover from the battle.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
If you head west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Nightwind. The tribal settlement offers a unique glowing landscape at night. If you venture even further, then you might encounter the tribe's Wath Ictomosaur Elder or one of the many shamans who can communicate with spirits.
Oh, look at the guys.
I even heard that the witch doctors who live there can help cleanse your spirit.
Cleanse your spirit.
Plus, the
Oh, I'm sure a
graffiti
lot
art
of us
is
need our spirits
really
to be
incredible.
cleansed.
In fact, there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers? It's kind of tricky, right? Well, don't worry. The Ictomosaurs can help us out. Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom. They can use their unique sight to detect things that can't be seen through normal mains.
Whoa, okay.
Right. Ictomosaurs are
Not gonna lie,
especially
their
skilled
shape
at
reminds me a
detecting
lot
ley
of the,
lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power
the-
from
what's it called?
phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump
Of the
higher,
Wyobs,
move
like
faster, or
the
even
shape of the
obtain
head thingy
surprising
and the way they
rewards.
float around.
Ictomosaurs can also extract information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh, I bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
Definitely, especially in Tribal Chronicles Mictlan, which will become available in version 5.2. The first two acts feature a lot of intriguing puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomosaur,
Okay, I'm
and
guessing
others can be
the
solved on
bird
their
act
own.
won't be
I
available
noticed
until
that
Auroran. Really.
Ictomosaurs can perform
Right?
fast-paced jumps
Don't
when
tell me
they
they're
have
gonna make
enough
us wait all the way for
phlogiston,
Set
and
Ollie.
It looks
Or
like
to
so
give
much
Act
fun.
3.
Do we know anyone who can use that ability? Besides the new Saurian, I mean.
Yes, Auroron can do it too. Like the Ictomosaurs, Auroron has the ability to rise into the air. He also has a keen sense of perception. While charging
Trying
an
to debate
aim
whether or
shot,
not I want to
Auroron will
stall
enter
for
the
Axe
spirit speaker
and just spend the
state,
first 3 weeks
allowing him to
getting
extract power from
the
Natlan's
lollies.
graffiti and runes.
That's the lolly.
Speaking of Auroron,
Chaska's
I was
drive all the
honestly
way to
super
max or
surprised
close
by
to
his
max before and just
personality.
do everything.
Before the 5.1 Archon
Message
quest,
of the Night.
I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, right? Is he really that sweet though? Just to think about all the sneaking around behind his granny's back.
Ah, true.
The tribespeople of the Masters of the Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But Auroron really takes it to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does! Auroron is a bit different from the Natlan characters we've met so far. He doesn't need to depend on the Night Soul's Blessing state to gain Night Soul points, and he can maintain the Night Soul's Blessing state even while he's off-field.
Ah, that does sound different from the other Natlan
that sounds
characters.
dank.
So how do his abilities work?
Let me start by explaining how Auroron gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Auroron can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Auroron unleashes his elemental skill.
Or we have an
then
electro
it
charge
sounds like
character.
he works well with Hydro and Electro
And when they're
characters.
buffing the elemental reaction.
And in combat, when enemies take damage from electro-charged reactions or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Auroron can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's Blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So you need to pair him with the right characters if you want him to gain Night Soul points, enter the Night Soul's Blessing state, and trigger the effect.
Exactly. Though I should mention that Auroron doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the Hypersense effect.
Wait, he can trigger it even while he's off-field? That sounds really useful.
Totally. His Elemental Burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Auroron performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic Oculus, which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
And when
That
was the last time
should
we had
be
the
great
taunt?
for crowd control.
Yes! With Auroron in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier. And speaking of making things easier, Auroron can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Awesome.
Auroron really cherishes his friends. With a
overall
little
passive that does
teamwork
not
on
have
his
to
side,
do with
I'm
phlogiston.
sure victory will always be within reach.
Definitely is odd.
Cool. So we introduced two of the upcoming regions in this update, the Flowerfeather Clan and
Okay,
the
so there
Masters
is a
of the
third region.
Nightwind.
Okay,
but
so we do get to
there's
go.
more. Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region. It's called Natlan.
Oh, I think we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking at the Flower Feather Clan. It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous. It looks completely abandoned. Is it dangerous?
Yes, this is a restricted area in Natlan due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come here in search of treasure or to slay the dragon. Unfortunately, none of them have ever returned. The Flowerfeather clan often sends riders to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Wait, did you say slay the dragon?
Yeah, I know we introduced some adorable saurians earlier, but this creature is actually really terrifying.
Oh.
It occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay, that's pretty concerning.
It's easy to take human-saurian coexistence for granted these days, but it
Sapphire's
actually
gonna
took
infinite.
generations of effort to reach this point. This relationship wasn't nearly so harmonious in the ancient past. Travelers will need to explore Natlan to uncover the reason behind this
That is a
dragon's rampage.
Big world
Of
quest.
course, travelers won't have to do this alone.
Well, I mean, there's probably multiple
Here,
big world
take a
quests for
look.
each zone, right?
Oh, what's that?
This is a very important companion who will help us explore Natlan. His name is Kokoik. As for his power, well, Why don't you take a guess?
Judging from before I saw a shield.
Is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tepetlosaur friend out of a job. Little one works really hard.
Okay, then I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Oshka Natlan is heavily corroded by the Abyss? Well, that's where Kokuik comes in. We can use his power to clear abyssal contamination. Follow the direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokuik has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a useful little
spoilers.
guy.
I know,
Got
right?
freaking laser beam.
Now, travelers can explore Oshka Natlan with two companions, Kokuik and Little One. In fact, I've heard there's even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano. A new adventure with Little One awaits
Okay,
in
so we're
version
getting the second
5.2.
relic.
This up
Oh well.
one step
Because
closer
like I was saying,
to
we're
uncovering
definitely
the
getting the second
mysteries of
relic.
Little One's past. Familiar
And we
Saurian
need for it to
companions
enter
can
the-
also help
the
us
volcano.
explore Oshka Natlan.
Because we got the
For
first
example,
one
with
back
the help of a
in Lapino.
Kaholasaur, we can evade source mechanism attacks. With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Wait, are those some kind of lava fish? Does this mean we can fish in that
My
land?
god.
Yes,
Fishing
but
return.
I've got some friendly advice, travelers. You should be very careful while exploring Oshka Natlan. Some of the abyssal monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such as the tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the
Well,
form
I
of
wonder if this
plants
boss is just
outside of
gonna
combat.
be like.
Yep, that's true.
He's like.
The Abyss has
fight
corroded
different bosses
Natlan's
each
ley
time.
lines, allowing these monsters to read the memories inside of them
Yeah,
and
it
mimic
makes every
creatures
fighting
from Tevat.
How do we defeat them?
I guess that could
Travelers
be
will
annoying.
need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of confusion. Night Soul aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced. It's scary to think about how much harder these fights will get if these abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in at once. But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise. First up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version
Okay,
5.2.
and then they'll probably talk about the banners
Just like in
afterwards.
version
Haven't touched that
5.1,
yet.
travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems, and the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3. It's now time to introduce the event wishes. In the first half of version 5.2, travelers
wow,
can
Auroran
look forward to
runs
event
with
wishes from
Okay,
Chask.
that'll be real nice for people.
And Lenny. Auroran will also receive a drop rate boost. And in the second half of version 5.2,
Okay, I got spoiled on this one because of all the fan art between the two.
we'll have returning event wishes for Zhongli and New Villette. The weapon banner will feature a new 5-star bow, Astro Vulture's
double
Crimson
bows
Plumage,
on the first
and
half,
2
I just
new
feel.
Natlan specific 4-star weapons. Be sure Astro Vulture check them out if
Okay,
you
I had to
plumage.
double take on like what the difference on
Alright,
the bows
it's
was.
Specific
Time
Like,
for our first break. Once we come back, we'll dive right into the
so
event.
now we have like
portion.
what, a gacha version? The weapons? Look at that. Skip. Okay, so now we're talking about the event. Oh, I see an event weapon. I spoiled myself.
Welcome back, travelers.
Welcome back! Let's dive
Sword.
straight into the
The cool looking
event
sword.
section. So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In the version 5.2 event, Ikitomi Spirit Seeking Scrolls, travelers will team up with Citlali and Auroran to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
Travelers will need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try
I'm
to
just gonna
disrupt
hope
the
they're
ritual.
voiced,
They'll
you
also
know.
need to reconstruct
Well, I mean,
scenes
considering
from the tribe's
5.1,
woven
they were
scrolls,
voiced, but I don't
and
know
gather
if
lost
things have
spirits
changed,
scattered
or if
throughout
they're
the
not
region.
affiliated.
Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way, including Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe of this event. It looks like Lali is performing some kind of ritual. It's also mysterious.
When a situation gets tough, it's Granny to the rescue.
Definitely.
Lali and Auroron have some really fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the
Pick was like
popcorn whenever
movement.
these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking of fun, let's get into the event gameplay. First up is the Search for Lost Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together to herd the scattered roaming
these
spirits
things
into
again.
specific
Oh,
zones to earn
what
points.
did this
Pay
event?
attention to the conditions
remember it
on
was
the
during
field if
Fontaine,
you
I
want a
forgot
higher
when though.
score. For example, travelers can jump on stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits.
Or the way they bounce around.
Storms may also appear during the game. You can track
I
down
can't tell,
spirits
it's-
more
okay,
effectively
this doesn't
if
look
you
like
pay
a
attention to the direction of
PvP
the
thing,
storms.
but it looks like a
In
more
Evil
cooperative thing.
Banisher, travelers will need to select
Oh,
the
and then, of
right
course, we
teams
have
to
the
complete
combat
the
event.
objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Nightwind's aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah, and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records. Lali will use her powers to reveal special
boy, is
fragments.
this the third event, or is
Travelers
this-
will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Make sure that you pay attention to the order and positions of the fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention. Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event. The design definitely fits the Masters of the Nightwind. It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree. Oh, and this event will allow travelers to learn more about Natlan's
I wonder if this is
secrets.
teasing us
For
as all these.
example, this quest will
hopefully,
review
considering
new
that we're on
clues
these-
about a mysterious and legendary
Imagine
place,
the Master of the
Mare
Night
Javari.
King's weapon. with
Wow,
none of the
we've been
Master
hearing
of the
about
Night
this
characters.
place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information.
Mhm.
On a related note, the Adventurers
Hang
Guild
on,
has...
what?
The Mare Javari.
Ah,
Wow, we've been
yes,
hearing
finally.
about this place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information.
We've been waiting.
Mhm.
On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active adventurers have been invited to take on the challenge, including the Traveler. Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters
Ooh.
and fully leverage
The
their
minigame
skills
stuff
to
again.
earn rewards.
Wow, I feel like
I
everything's
know
some
you're
sort
up
of
to the
minigame.
challenge, Travelers. Good luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the
On one
Knights
hand, I
of
felt like we had it
Favonius are
recently, but
conducting
also
a
not
war game
recently.
to improve security tactics in
Oh
the region.
god, is it?
And who better
is
to
it the
test
Niue
these
event again?
tactics than the Honorary Knight?
Yes, it
Be
is.
sure to pay
okay.
close attention to the game, since the format has changed this time. Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once
Why's
the
the
lineup
term
is set,
stratagem
the
sound familiar?
monsters will fight automatically.
I felt like the term was
Available
used in.
combat units and stratagems are
recent
completely random.
Starbow
You know,
thingy.
just to build some unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses. Even more elite monsters will be available for travelers
Intro.
to use. It's a volatile environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible, earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next event. We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
Oh, looks
Okay, is
like
that the
they're
TCG
selecting
board?
tactics. Double damage? That sounds powerful. Whoa, it's automated. Cool. The elemental reaction effects are completely
Oh
different.
my god, we have auto battling for
This
TC.
brand new heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry.
This is red again, but I'll just. Okay, I wonder if they're gonna actually add this into like normal TC point. Probably not. But if they do, I don't know if AI is gonna be that smart. So I don't know if I want to depend on it everything for me during the weeklies.
Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards that align with
Oh, we
your
got the support
strategies to trigger
characters?
powerful elemental
dark.
reactions. The effects will change depending on how you play. In addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back. Characters will automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow, it's like we got a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natlan. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring a few updates.
Oh my
to
god, we never
regular
had
Genius
Rosario
Invocation
cards? I
TCG.
just realized.
Do you
That's
ever feel
crazy.
a little cooped up while you're playing card games? Well, don't worry about
I completely
that.
slept
Our
on
next
Rosario.
event will give travelers the opportunity to enjoy the
I deserve
great
that.
outdoors. In Claw Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track down some adopted animals. Travelers will be able to see the animal's point of view by using a special tool. Once you've managed to deduce their location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who adopted them. I feel like Auroran would really shine in
God.
this event. He's definitely an animal
Cute little
lover.
futon. Like, can we get that as a,
I can see that.
as a
I'm
furnishing?
sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
Yeah.
Finally, the Leyline Overflow
Leyline
event
Overflow
will
return.
return in
Not
version
that I need any of
5.2.
those mats.
If you need Mora or character EXP
I guess
materials,
Mora,
then keep
like
an eye
considering
out.
how much more I lost
Alright,
burning,
let's dive into some
leveling up
updates
stuff,
and
or
game
whatever, something like
optimizations.
that. I
First
guess I
up
need
is
one
the
more than
change to
anything.
the Imaginarium Theater. Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience. So, this will no longer be the case in version 5.2. Now, after finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice. Travelers can now enjoy the thrill of combat without any
Have a load. I still need to do the mystery cache thingy. I mean, there is a station of Imaginarium Theater up. I could work on it and waiting for this to reload. Let me boot up Honkai Impact. Oh, wait, let's turn this off because that will pop up on the screen. Oh wait, that's not the right screen. There we go.
interruptions.
And for all the generous travelers who like to configure supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have borrowed your supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
Cool. It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Yup. Oh, and the party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so helpful.
Okay, figuring
I'll
out the
occasionally
upcoming
put
bosses
together a
actually
random
be
team
good.
if I've just started experimenting
big
with some
help.
characters, but this information
I'll
should
figure out
make
which
it a
characters I
lot
prefer out
easier
first,
to
'cause
form
that's definitely
strategic
helpful.
teams.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2. You can now sort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the most recent to the oldest. Second, the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
really nice. The dev team designed a lot of intricate animations for these features, but it can feel a bit frustrating when you have to watch them over and over again.
There will also be several optimizations for the Serena Teapot. The seed dispensary can now hold more of every type of seed.
Oh,
You'll be able to
no.
purchase wood at the Realm Depot in exchange for Realm currency. In addition, the cooldown for the boon of the Elder Tree will
Okay,
be
I
reduced
love
to
this
5
update.
seconds. This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Awesome.
Oh,
I've
man.
been meaning
Now
to
I-
use
now I
some
have-
cool
I feel like I have
replicas
to
in
go
my
back
Serena
and max out the
Teapot, but
seeds
I'm always
because-
short on wood. so this should
I wanna
be
say
really
OC,
helpul.
but
Nice! I'm so
me, I'm
excited for
going
you.
to just have
Oh,
everything
and
maxed out.
optimizations have been made to artifact
I'll
lock.
probably
The
forget to do
updated
it
lock
and then
assistance
forget
interface
it.
will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations. Of course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans. This will make it much faster to organize your inventory. In addition,
Really,
a
this is
shortcut
probably
button
really
that
used.
navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the
I don't know,
artifact
probably need to
domain
sit down
challenge screen and the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want. A star feature will also be added next to the lock button on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter by stars to
probably won't
quickly
be.
track them down.
Finally, treasure compasses will now be able to locate even more treasure locations, including Sealies and time trial challenges. A quick swap feature will also be added for treasure compasses and Oculus
TD,
resonance stones.
You caught me at.
Enabling this feature will
I'll follow
allow
me to the live
travelers to
stream
more
at the tail end of
easily
it.
use these devices across
Also, I'm doing
regions.
good
The
over
feature will automatically switch to the
Treating this as
compass
a
or stone
podcast.
that corresponds
yeah,
to
so
your
you can't-
location in the game.
Well, you
Awesome.
probably don't want
Be
to watch
sure to
anything
check
because you
out
gotta keep your
future
eyes on
announcements
it.
for more details on the version 5.2 optimizations.
Alright, that was a lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
Oh, definitely don't need that one. Alright, so is there anything that you do want to know from the live stream if you haven't seen it yet that I can tell you? Oh, if it freezes true, that is going to be the case. But
After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on the Xbox Series X and S. Log into Genshin Impact on Xbox Series X
oh my god,
and S
Xbox has a
consoles
specific.
to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course
Man, we love
intertwined.
Xbox
Additionally,
exclusive,
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members
Oh, well, I
can
guess
play
PlayStation has
Genshin Impact
exclusive
via
wings,
cloud
right?
gaming.
So I guess Xbox
They'll
is trying to
also
get
find
one.
extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Awesome.
Alright, that should be everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program. Is there anything that you want to say before we
Is
go?
it going to
Kai?
be one of those
Yes,
scenarios where you can
I'm
only
really
use the
looking forward
wings
to
when you're
all the
actually
new
playing on
characters.
that system?
Chaska
I think
and
that's
her
how the
weapons
PlayStation
seem
one.
really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing
But yeah, you caught me at the
personality.
end. You were
And
just watching
Auroron
like
seems
the
like a very
the,
layered character.
the quality
The
of life
storytelling
changes they
is
added.
definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still gonna be
just
streaming
so
a bit longer
excited
to
for
do the
players
Honkai
to
Impact
experience
stuff, but other
more
than
of the
that,
Natlan storyline, and
I don't know how
we
much
have
that
so
time
much
that's
to
gonna take,
explore
probably
this
like
time. I mean,
minutes.
2 new tribes and a new area as well. And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am, so it's just exciting to see another platform become
minutes
available
ish?
for everyone.
I'm sure I'll
And,
be
yeah,
for another
on
30
that
minutes.
note, I hope you
Hopefully.
have fun with the new
We'll see.
version, travelers.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
And then there we go. Okay, so now that we're done with that, now we can change back to the Impact.